How you going, guys? Curtis from Cutting Edge Engineering. For today's job we have a cylinder rod off a 988G front end loader. A loader this size would typically be found in a quarry or on a mine site. They're mainly used for loading material into a jaw crusher for it to be processed. The loaders will then pick up that material and load it into a dump truck or put it into a stockpile. They're a great machine for handling material very quickly. This rod is off the boom lift cylinder off the front end loader. There are two on the machine, one on the left, one on the right. They lift and lower the boom while it is in operation. The reason it is here is it needs to have a new cylinder rod made and then attached to the old eye. So you might have noticed the shape of the eye is quite weird and strange. It is a very large diameter, but it is very narrow. And the reason for that is the cylinders are sitting as close to the boom as possible, and that lessens the chance of pins breaking. And the pin that goes through the eye is a much larger diameter than the cylinder rod themselves to help disperse the load and the leverage that can be created by the two lift cylinders trying to lift the boom while it is lifting a heavy load. So it's come in because it's got a couple of chips in the chrome. The damage on the rod is not very severe, but while the machine is in operation and this cylinder is cycling, those little chips that are in the chrome, they pick up oil, and when the cylinder goes to full extension and then comes back to a closed position, that oil that is trapped in that little mark in the chrome then gets wiped off by the wiper seal, and then it is outside the cylinder. Dust will stick to that oil, and then it is then visible to anyone walking past it that there is a problem and there is an oil leak, and it must be addressed immediately. Here in Australia, the mining industry takes environmental extremely seriously, so there can be no loss of oil from machinery while they're working. After the mining is completed here, the land will be reinstated back to an original or natural state, so they'll go through, re-topsoil everything, reseed it and plant trees. So the lesser impact they make now leads to a much easier cleanup further down the track once the mining is completed. So in other countries or other circumstances, this is probably 100% acceptable. The customer would probably throw a new set of seals in the cylinder and run it again. If he was just to go and throw a new set of seals in this, once it starts to leak oil again, which it will, the machine will be stood down again. The plant hire companies can then be fined because they have a machine that the mining site cannot use. The cost of doing this far exceeds the cost of just manufacturing a brand new rod and sending it back to site with zero problems. This rod would be a great candidate for re-chroming. The issue we have is the customer has a machine that is stood down. The cost of stand down for a machine this size is very expensive on an hourly rate, and to re-chrome this can take anywhere from a week to 2 weeks to have it re-chromed and sent back to them. What we are able to do, I got a bit of a heads up this was coming, so I ordered the material in straight away. The rod has now arrived here at the workshop, so we're going to get that in the machine and get cracking on that, and we're going to turn it around for our customer within 24 hours. Never guess. think we'll leave that there. We're going to cut the rest of that with a hacksaw. I did do one of these at one stage where I did touch the brakes after I'd gotten to about that point, and the rod stopped, but the eye kept spinning and actually spun itself off. It didn't land in the bed and damage anything, but don't risk it when you're dealing with something that size that has that much inertia. So just cut that one with a hacksaw. Righto guys, so we've got the new piece of material set up in the lathe now. It is a piece of 5-inch induction hardened chrome bar. Its grade is 38 MnVS6, so it is pretty close to 4140. The chrome layer on the rods we get from our supplier, they're about 20 micron thick, and below that you've got about a 4mm depth of induction hardened layer. The top part of the induction hardening is quite hard. The deeper you dig into it, the softer it gets. We use this grade of material with the induction hardening on it because it exceeds the OEM standard. It really helps withstand impacts from rocks and debris while the machine is in operation. If you were to just use a bit of chrome centerless ground rod and it was to get hit with a rock, you're going to end up with a big dent in it, where this stuff is way more resilient to impacts from rocks and debris. Now that we've got it all set up, we're going to machine the details for the piston, and then we're going to do the thread to suit the nut. on. Right, so we've completed the machining on the other end. I now need to machine this end. I need to machine on the weld prep, drill and bore it to suit the spigot that's on the eye. Righto, so we got the eye tacked on. Going to pull it out of the machine now, take it over and set it up in our welding area.
On your bed. On your bed.
Righto guys, pretty excited today. I've had a call from my welding supplier and I've just picked up my new welder. I've always wanted a second welder ever since I bought my Sir Mechanica line boring machine. I did try smaller welders, inverter welders, to go alongside the line borer, but I just couldn't find any that would perform. They didn't have the duty cycle and they couldn't sit there for an hour and a half by themselves and just weld. I was forever cleaning tips, cleaning shrouds. So I used my 500 amp machine on the line borer because it was a trouble-free welder. It'd sit there and do its thing without any sort of dramas. But being that it is my only workshop MIG welder I have, it's sort of gotten to a point now where I'm really sick of changing between wires, and it can be up to a couple of times a day. Doing the wire swaps and the gas swaps has been a really big inconvenience for the past 2 years. One of the other issues with only having one welder here in the workshop is if there was ever a problem with it, I didn't have another welder to replace it. A couple of weeks ago, the other welder had a brain fart. It wasn't terribly serious. I was down for about a day, and it was at that stage I realized I had to get a backup welder. So I did see that these were on sale from our local welding supplier. I put in an order for one. I have waited a couple of weeks for it, but today it's here. Now that it's here, I get to unbox it, set it all up. We're going to use it today. What we ended up getting was exactly the same as our first machine. It is a WIA Weldmatic 500i. So it is an inverter machine. It is 500 amps. With this one, you can use dual shield wire, flux cord wire. You can gouge with it. You can stick with it. You can scratch start TIG. You can also weld stainless steel, mild steel, and aluminium. So it's a very versatile, value for money machine. And 500 amps, under 5 grand, that's pretty good money for me. So standard with the WIA 500 welder, you get a Bernard handpiece. I'm not a big fan on the handpiece of the Bernards, I find them uncomfortable. So I do run a Profax or a Tweco 4 handpiece with the Bernard consumables. So I won't be using this one will just go in the cupboard and it can be a backup for if ever my other 4 handpieces play up. Lead. Different rollers. So your regulator. We need this bit. So this is another part of the machine we're not going to need, and that is because in Australia, I'm not sure if it's worldwide, the bottles we get from our gas supplier, there are a couple of different styles of bottles you can rent. So I rent what they call the F3 Viper, and that bottle comes with its own built-in regulator. Your standard universal G size bottles, they hold X amount of gas. Well, the F3 Viper actually holds the equivalent volume of that bottle in this bottle. So because the Viper is under a lot more pressure, they also supply you with a regulator built into the bottle because people probably shouldn't be playing with that much pressure. That'll do for now. Oh, they have changed a few bits and pieces. So this machine is going to be set up mainly for doing our cylinder rods, our barrels and anything heavy, so heavy fab. The main wires we'll use in this will be our dual shield wires and our metal cord wires. The other machine will be set up for our light fabrication and our line borer. So it's going to be really good to have a machine I can just grab and use straight away without having to change wire and gas on a daily basis. I can feel it. That's where we need to be. There, there, and right there. Righto guys, so we've got our new welder all set up now. I will be running a CIG vertical wire in that. That is a dual shield, but it is a flux core. So for those of you who have made comments about why is there slag if it is a gas assisted wire, that is because it is a dual shield. So there is flux on the inside of the wire as well as other metal properties in there to help with strength, but it does require the gas, hence the name a dual shield. So the gas we're going to be using is Argo Shield Heavy, so that's 80% argon, 20% CO2. First thing we need to do, we need to give the rod a preheat, then we're going to start welding it. this back. Righto guys, so we've completed the rod now. The welder went really well. It ran and performed exactly how I wanted it to. We need to get this back to our customer now because the machine is on stand down. So we'll get this on ute, get it back to him. Thanks for watching. Ain't going nowhere. So this has come in with a couple of chips in the chrome, and that's why it's here.
Oh my god.
It is a WIA 500i weld. My new welder has turned up. Oh fuck, I didn't even say that bit before. Righto guys, pretty exciting today. I did get a, oh fuck. Right, let's go again. Righto guys, pretty excited today. My welding supplier just gave me a call. Righto guys. Look at the train. It'll fucking turn up second I start talking.
Here comes the
Fucking train.
Oh my god.
The mining, fuck off train. Serious man. Fuck off train. Fucking train. Fuck off train. So standard with the fuck off. After the mining is complete. What is that? A job like this is drop bear. We have drop bears, fucking scary. Especially the, oh fuck me. They don't, oh fuck me. Fuck. Fuck. Right, so, fuck me, fuck. I thought I could do today with no fuck ups. Yeah, you're dreaming, dickhead. Oh, fuck me.
Oh.
I'll do it again.
Okay,
Right.
let's try this again.
Right. Right, where am I starting from?
Okay.
That was
That
good.
became, okay, good, yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was a bit long-winded.
Shut up.
Hang on, wait, stop, homeless. Hang on a minute. Stop. Drop it. Hey, wait. Drop it. Sit. Hey, sit. Hey, no, homie. What a mess. Oh, no more. No more. Go clean up your mess. Wait, give me the bed.